Oh, it's late. I hate starting this late, man. I was busy doing taxes. Ugh. Boring. This isn't boring. This is anime game. Anime game not boring. Monkey brain, only one anime. Yeah, it's late. This one might not go for too long. Yeah, I finally unlocked this last stream was a fucking ride. I don't know how to describe it other than what the fuck happened. Let me see if I can... I remember it pretty well, even though it's been a couple days, just because of how absurd it was. Let me think here. What's her name? Iris. Iris tried to convince Date that there was a secret society called Nizit Laws with an alien space satellite trying to reproduce an artificial intelligence code and firing it off to other planets. Yeah. Yeah? Let me think of what this route leaves off on. So this route... This is the one where she's found behind the forklift, yeah? Yeah. I think so. Yeah, let's go. I feel like I'm getting really close to the end. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe another branch is going to show up out of nowhere. Okay, so is this where he discovers the body? This will be a nice little recap. Oh, no, it's continuing. All right. Yeah, this is new. And I already have a good thumbnail.
Have you settled down?
Why are you smiling?
The scene is being inspected without you. This time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness. I didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type. I suppose humans are unpredictable. Now that you're back, let's get back to business. You are conscious, are you not? Are you at a loss for words? Date, don't let negative thoughts consume you. Thinking that Iris died because of me. If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened. If you truly believe that, then your brain is completely rotten. Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelions.
What?
Oh, you're talking now. Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even an elementary school student would understand.
Huh?
Fine. Allow me to pluck some of those dandelions from your mind. I will ask 3 questions. Please answer honestly. First question. The cold storage warehouse was not in regular operation. But even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58-degree temperature was maintained. Why is
Minus 58? Celsius? That's Celsius, right? Well, actually, that might be... What? Minus 58 Celsius. I completely butchered that. To Fahrenheit. Okay, so no, that would be colder in Fahrenheit. Celsius is weird. I did not mean to open Foobar. Also, I need to turn my desktop icons off. Go away. There. The dark blue ocean spreads out before me. Why? Fuck, that's cold. I need to talk to you. Oh. To preserve something?
To preserve something.
Yes. Let us move on to the next question. Second question. There was something strange about the corpse. Do you remember what that was?
Well, all of these are strange, but... People's... Wait a minute, her right eye was missing, right? Aren't people's left eyes being taken? Oh, God.
That is a unique factor. But there was something else. Something more peculiar.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I don't know. It's been a couple days. Iva, are you okay? I mean, I guess it's... What is happening here? It's like her own texture is vanishing. Okay, it's the same glitch from before, but it's just presenting itself in a very strange way. It was hidden in the engine compartment for some reason.
The culprit was afraid that the body would be discovered, so they hid it under the hood. But why there? The ocean is right here. If they really wanted to hide the body, they could have put weights on it and sunk it into the water.
But we do not know for certain that the culprit was attempting to dispose of the body. There is something more unusual.
They were just trying to... Let me put these events to... I'm sorry, Iba's fucking weird looking right now. It's not my fault. It's the game's fault. But... From the... Okay, let me think here. I kind of... I don't know if I came up with this hypothesis last time I played this, and, like, I said it out loud, or if I came up with it after the matter. But thinking back on it, Iris is guaranteed to die from this weird brain tumor that she has. Pretty much. Renju's... Fucking goddamn Iba. Renju's actions are hard to pinpoint unless you consider the fact that Iris was taken to a prototype Somnium machine, or whatever it's called, sync machine, that's what it is. She was taken to that, and the process for gouging out the eye is what allows them to connect to the brain, which is fucked up. But that explains a lot of things, actually. So, my thought process here is like, are they trying to either keep Iris alive or back up her consciousness? Or something? Because I feel like that might be possible with the sync machine if you really put it to the test. The thing is pretty damn capable. That's my current hypothesis right now, is that they're trying to either revive Iris or put her in a new body. But keeping her body frozen for preservation, what would be the point of that? And why would she be stabbed to death as a result? I don't know. It was also covered by a cloth. It was completely frozen. Sure.
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze solid. But we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion, allow me to ask my final question.
I was going to say, this happened before with Oda. When we found Oda, his body was solid ice. So, yeah, it doesn't make sense, time-wise.
Question 3. 2 days ago, Sunday night, you found a dead body in the cold storage warehouse. But afterward, you visited the Sagan household and discovered that Iris was in fact still alive. Why?
I'm actually starting to think... Was that Iris like an attempt at bringing her back? Fuck if I know.
I see. I understand now.
Does this answer matter?
Maybe we're thinking about this all wrong. Iris isn't alive. She's dead. I saw the ghost of Iris.
What? That's not what I was going for.
Mr. Date, it's time for your medication.
Look, in this world of AI and stuff, maybe it's not too far-fetched to be able to revive someone in a new body. I don't know. Soma, Somnium. Red barrier line wraps the scene. Water. There's really nothing to actually click on, is there? Iba, please. It's possible that the corpse was a hallucination, but I already kind of feel like that's not the case. I feel like it's the last answer, the bottom one.
What I saw on Sunday must have been a hallucination. It was a dream.
No, Date. You're overthinking it. You saw the corpse. But Iris was alive.
I want to see what she has to say for all of them.
Means...
You mean... No. No, no. This one next. I want to exhaust all the options.
Because we saved her. We saved her and so Somnium.
Date, think logically. What occurs in dreams does not affect reality. And parallel worlds? That is even less possible. So if that's the case...
You mean?
You've got it.
Yeah? I bolted into the warehouse like I was shot out of a gun. Face.
The right eye has been forcibly removed.
It was the left eye for Shoko.
Oh, I was right. So it was the opposite eye. I thought I was misremembering there. Oh, shit. That's interesting. Why is there no skeleton?
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly.
Wait, what?
She appears to have been pregnant.
Hmm?
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
You mean after she was killed?
No. The fetus was not present in her body when she was killed. She must have been killed after giving birth.
What?
The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth.
What?
The expanded uterus takes some time to return to its normal size.
Excuse me? Is that how they're doing it? They're fucking making her, like, give birth to herself with clone? I'm thinking way out there at this point.
Evidence makes one thing perfectly obvious.
This corpse isn't Iris. It's someone else.
What?
Which means...
Iris is still alive.
not necessarily. She could be alive.
So lost right
We
now.
haven't confirmed that yet.
Why is there...
Multiple stab wounds with a single-edged, sharp object to the victim's back.
New theory. I don't know if any of these are correct. I'm gonna line this up. There we go. What if Iris isn't actually Iris? What if that... This is dumb. What if that headgear she has on is, like, something that contains her consciousness, and when you take it off, like, the person reverts back to who they used to be? But, like, the reason she's behaving so fucking strangely is because it's not working right, so they're trying to find a correct donor body? I don't know.
Judging by the size and shape of the marks, the weapon was most likely a kitchen knife.
Why did I get...
This matches what you said on Sunday.
Why did I get an achievement? Did I say something right? Collected 100 appendix files. Oh. Okay.
So this is the body I saw then.
So this is the same body. What body?
Iba, who is this?
Unknown.
Unknown. What, do we have, like, an army of irises? Oh, hand.
Is there an estimated time of death?
Impossible to determine. This body has been completely frozen for at least 10 years.
10 years?
What?
She was killed more than 10 years ago?
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm lost. What?
Her identity is unknown. Her killer is also unknown. But there is one likely suspect.
Who?
Me.
Consider the clues. The scene. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
What if Iris was the alien the whole
Sunday
time?
night, we saw So here. And there is something else about So Sajima. We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly in So's Somnium.
But it wasn't Iris. It was this woman.
That is highly likely.
What we saw was So's memory from more than 10 years ago.
I believe that is the case.
So he did murder her. But this isn't Iris. Whoever this woman was looks exactly like her for some reason. But from 10 years ago. Right.
Renju and So?
But we still do not know where Renju is.
That means that we need to talk to.
I'm kind of confused.
So Sejima.
Why is this game so weird? A Jane Doe, but it's definitely not Iris. What? Okay. Let's go talk to So again. 10 years ago, you murdered a woman and got away with it. And Renju was complicit? But why? And why do they look like Iris? And why is there was that one time where we saved Iris from the what are they trying to use Iris's body to? New theory. Theory number 3. They're trying to revive this woman into Iris's body. Yeah, maybe. Fuck if I know. I missed a thing. Mizuki and Oda kept searching for Iris, but unfortunately they didn't turn up anything. Iris's whereabouts are still unknown. I'm worried about her, but without any leads, we'd just be looking for her blindly. I should focus on the investigation for now. It will eventually lead me to Iris, I'm sure of it. With that in mind, I headed to So's mansion. Hi, Mr. Murderer Man.
Never to show your face here again.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Anything funny? I need to see if there's anything funny. What? Topiary. Wait, where's Topiary? Topiary. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't think there's anything funny. Hi, friend. Question for you.
I didn't come here for Shoko today. I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date, look.
I knew it. You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
10 years
I've
ago.
had enough of your shit, Congressman. You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage warehouse 2 days ago.
Move the camera down a little bit.
Where is Renju Okiura? You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for a reason. There's definitely a connection between you two. And that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary. The same number 89 that Renju escaped with. Now tell me, where is Renju?
Suddenly, oh god, a gang of bodyguards stormed out of the mansion. In an instant, they surrounded me.
We'd like to ask you to please leave.
Which one's talking? So he murdered a girl that looks like Iris 10 years ago for some reason.
Damn it, So!
There's nothing we can do. We did arrive without a warrant. We were technically trespassing. If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament.
It kind of looks like my reticle is moving along with the road.
Who would look after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your responsibility with Mizuki and Ota?
Ugh.
Calm down, Date. We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse in the cold storage warehouse. Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, we could call her All Ice or Alice. What do you think? Alice and Iris. I believe it fits nicely.
Sure.
Alright, Alice. What about her?
someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Allow me to ask you 3 questions.
Again?
Again with this?
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice. 3 times, in fact. When was the first time?
This might be important. Was it 3 days ago? Because he saw it in... This is Mizuki's other routes of the Somnium, right? That's when he first saw it. That would be as far back as I can go, right?
3 days ago. Saturday night when I synced at Abyss.
Yeah.
Yes, in the Somnium world. We saw the frozen corpse of a girl. Question 2. Who is the girl?
Adrian? A virus? Who's Adrian?
Adrian? Adrian! No, of course not.
Was that a reference? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep saying stupid answers.
A virus? She was way too big to be a virus. Take this seriously, Date.
Imagine a virus the size of a human. Like the protein packet, but it's just like a single-celled organism that's that... Man, it's like a Star Trek episode.
Now I know. That girl was probably Alice.
Actually,
Most likely, yes.
there is a Star Trek episode about that, I just remembered. I think it's in the original series where, the Enterprise man gets sucked into a giant single-celled organism that, like, floats through space.
So we have technically known Alice for 3 days.
I remember that episode. That's a good episode.
One last thing. The final question. In which Somnium did we see Alice?
Mizuki's. Route B. Was it Route B or was it Route A? I don't know. I think it was Route B. Mizuki.
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly. You mentioned something about Mizuki's Somnium being some kind of prophecy. But prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future. They are made from the past. Therefore...
Mizuki knows something.
Mizuki has seen Alice before.
there is no other explanation.
Or Date has seen her
Where's
before.
Mizuki now?
Where we went with Iris yesterday.
Maybe. Yeah.
May Shrine.
The shrine? Why would she be there?
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's go.
Alright, Mizuki, what do you know?
Date,
Did you find Iris?
if I did, I would have told you already.
Right.
Let's look around for a second. Looks rather solemn. I can't look at the shrine the same way after that last Somnium I did with Iris. That one was, yeah. What are you doing here?
Iris used to like this shrine. She told me about all her memories here. We used to come here all the time. You know those steps in the front? We would sit there together and talk about things. Like what gluten-free means, and eyelash extensions, and aerial yoga. And we
Aerial
would talk about all
yoga?
our problems together. Sometimes we would talk late into the night. So I thought that maybe she'd be here. But it looks like I was wrong.
I'll save that one for last. Where's Oda?
I think he's searching Akihabara right now. Last time he checked in, he said he didn't have anything.
Where's Renju?
I think Iris is with Renju.
With Daddy?
Yeah. Her note mentioned her most trusted person. It's probably Renju.
Yeah. I remember that mermaid girl saying something like that.
He was looking for Iris.
Does that mean that Daddy is the one who called for Iris?
It could be. So I need to know where he is.
But I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
Mizuki, I have something very important to ask you.
I told Mizuki about the frozen corpse we called Alice.
You've seen her before, haven't you? 3 days ago, I saw her in your Somnium. The body of a girl who looks like Iris, Alice. Your dreams are built from your memories. So that corpse... Mizuki, please, answer me. Iris's life is at stake.
Come on, spit it out.
Huh? What do you mean?
I told Mizuki everything about how Renju ran off with the assassin number 89. How number 89 is connected to So Seijima. And that Seijima is linked to Alice's murder.
I need to know everything about Alice. If I find out who she is, I might be able to solve the mystery of Renju and number 89. And that might lead me to Iris.
Mizuki looked down at her feet quietly. I could see agony in her face. The silence lingered. Finally, she steeled herself, lifted her head, and spoke.
Okay, I'll tell you about Alice.
Gotta click on her again.
It was about a month ago. I saw my daddy crying in the president's office at Lemniscate. I was peeking through a crack in the door so he didn't see me. Daddy got up, then got into his car and drove away. I had never seen him like that before. I was curious, so I followed him in a taxi. That led me to the cold storage warehouse. He got out of his car and went inside. I followed right behind him, quietly. Daddy was standing next to the forklift in the back. I hid behind a shelf. I watched Daddy open the hood of the forklift, and then, after a little bit, he left. I wanted to know what he was looking at. I went over to the forklift and I looked under the hood myself. And then...
You saw Alice's dead body.
But at the time, I thought it was Iris.
Yeah, everyone seems to have made that mistake. Alright, why didn't you call the police? Let's antagonize her.
What was I supposed to do? Daddy would have been in trouble.
So you kept quiet this whole time?
Yeah.
That is unfortunately a crime, Mizuki, but you're like 12 years old, so you're probably okay. What did you do after that?
The corpse looked exactly like Iris. I couldn't believe she was dead. I just couldn't. So I went to Iris's house.
Huh? What's wrong, Mizuki?
Iris was alive. I thought I was going crazy. Or dreaming. I tried to convince myself that it was just a hallucination. What do you mean? I couldn't just ask. It would have changed everything. I thought that as long as I stayed quiet, everything would be okay. I didn't see a dead body. I wasn't even at the warehouse. I repeated that to myself over and over and tried to forget the whole thing.
Repressed memories are often the subject of Somnia.
That's why Alice showed up during the sync.
And you've seen a lot of dead bodies, haven't you, Mizuki? Well, I mean, there's the other timeline where she saw her father's dead body, which is still not explained. And about the Okiuria Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
I actually met with one of the higher-ups at Daddy's company last night, before I went to Matsushita Diner.
Why?
Because you asked about the cold storage. I was curious. I asked around some, and... I found out that Daddy was managing the warehouse before I was born. After my grandpa died, Daddy took over. In exchange for managing the warehouse, he gave ownership of the company to someone else. I guess he didn't want to let this place go. Or maybe he couldn't let it go. That's more accurate, I think. But I understand why. Inside that warehouse was...
Alice.
Yep.
On paper, Daddy has nothing to do with Okiura Fishery. Daddy was still managing the warehouse. And he was the only one allowed in there, too. That was part of the agreement when he gave up the company. And the whole thing had to be a secret. He really stressed that point.
Hey, Mizuki. How long was he managing the warehouse?
For 18 years. That's what the man told me.
18 years? From that long ago?
Yes.
Iba, I need an emergency search. Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
She did say more than 10 years. 18 years?
Date, I found her.
Look, I know, like, freezing something tends to keep it around for longer, but keeping something frozen for 18 years, I feel like there would still be something... Maybe not decomposition, but, like, massive freezer burn or something? I don't know, it's an anime game.
The girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Ey, 19 years old at the time of her disappearance.
How old is Iris? Oh, okay.
A graduate of Eitoku High School.
What?
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High.
Hmm.
We've known each other for 20 years
He
now.
told me?
When I was young, I lost someone very important to me.
Okay.
Monica Ey, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
I forgot about that, honestly.
Alice is... Monica. Hitomi's friend who went to the same school as her and Renju. But why? Monica's body was found just now. But even back then, Hitomi knew. She knew that Monica was already dead.
Everyone's complicit.
Iba, where is Hitomi right now?
Oh, I got some questions
At
for her.
headquarters for questioning. MPD still believes that the body they discovered was Iris.
Got it. Contact boss. Have them bring Hitomi to Abyss.
Roger that.
Oh, this is interesting. Alright. Fuck, is everyone evil? Yeah, evil. She's probably not, but it is strange. Interrogation time.
You're awfully calm. You saw the corpse of your daughter today. You were called into the station to confirm her identity. And yet here you are, cool as a cucumber, even though you lost your precious daughter. Shall I guess why?
Let's show that. That is irrelevant? Okay. I guess information on her?
Because that body isn't Iris. And you know it.
Are you serious?
Yes. Her name is Monica Ey. She was killed when she was 19. She went to the same high school as you, and she was your best friend. Isn't that right? Nothing to say for yourself? Hiding something? Maybe you killed her with Renju.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, now you're talking. But we know Renju committed a crime. Illegally disposing of a body. And we can prove it.
She was being smart for a second there and not saying anything, but, where she was found.
The cold storage warehouse where the body was found. It's been managed by Renju Okiura for almost 2 decades now. And witness testimony proves that he knew about the corpse there. And if I'm not mistaken, you knew about the corpse too, Hitomi. You and Renju have been close since high school. It's not too much of a stretch to think that he told you about the body. And I remember you telling me once.
When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Ui, my best friend.
Why is
One
her
of the only friends I had.
her model here is talking? I don't think it's supposed to be doing that.
Know that she was dead?
I didn't.
Don't play dumb. I know you're hiding something. You know what happened 18 years ago. And you knew she was pregnant. You were her best friend. Of course you would have known. Tell me. Tell me everything.
Date, she's not going to talk. Sync with her.
Works for me.
Date, I'm sure I've told you enough times by now,
Oh,
but
fuck you, Pewter.
please, come back within 6 minutes.
I can't promise you that, Pewter.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not coming back until I find something.
Date, you can't.
Why not?
You know why.
Because it will take over my consciousness?
Yes.
But if it's only a little...
No, not even a little. If the sync passes the critical point, the damage will be irreparable.
But what does that mean exactly?
That's true. You've never really elaborated on that, have you? Either of you.
No.
I'm not hiding anything.
Fuck you,
Then
Pewter.
let's try it. Let's experiment with my mind. Then we'll know for sure what'll happen.
Fine. I'll just say it.
Yeah?
Pewter, tell him.
Me?
You know more about it than I do.
Well,
Come on, spit it out.
first off, 6 minutes is not a hard limit. It could be 7 or even 8.
I don't care about the exact time. I'm asking what happens if you go beyond the limit.
Do you remember the story I told you about the egg?
Yeah, why?
Egg? Well,
If you imagine an egg as your consciousness, the yolk is what goes into the subject's brain. The white remains inside your shell. If you go beyond the limit, your yolk will not be able to return to its shell.
Because the subject's mind will start to take over the sinker's consciousness, right? I know that part already.
Indeed, but there's more to it. After the yolk is devoured, the egg white is brought through the machine next.
Huh?
And there's more. It's not just the sinker's brain. The same process eventually occurs in the subject's as well. In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced.
consciousness
Mind,
replacement.
Consciousness, memory, they are traded.
That's what
Switched.
that's what I was saying, man. Trying to bring Iris back to life, or you know. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, the brain switch.
The human brain has what can be understood as a memory limit. One brain can only hold one consciousness, and it can only contain one person's memories.
Can I ask you? Let's ask you a few questions. Why'd you keep this a secret?
I was unaware of this as well. This information is not on any accessible databases.
We had to prevent the possibility that the system could be exploited.
Exploited? But
Even if it wasn't you, someone else might try. We didn't tell any sinkers this, including you. Project Sync is a top-secret project. It's a matter of national security. Even sinkers are on a need-to-know basis. Think about it. What if you were kidnapped by bad people who tried to make you talk?
bad people?
A criminal organization, spies from another country, those people. If you blabbed about Project Sync, the entire country might be at risk. You heard it from Pewter. The sync machine isn't just for entering a person's somnium. It can also be used to swap bodies between two people. Imagine what this machine would be used for in the wrong hands. That's why I didn't tell you. We can't let this secret get out.
Swapping bodies between two people? Trading minds?
All right, let's go.
Remember what I told you earlier? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I got it.
Are you really okay?
I'm fine. Start it.
Understood.
I'm assuming he told me he's sedated.
Let's begin.
I don't know. I don't know how they get them to just, like, cooperate with this. Maybe now I'll finally get some actual answers instead of weird bullshit, like, things that didn't happen. Please? That would be helpful.
God?
I am the god of fire. I burn erotic books with my flames of red-hot anger.
My, how ruthless.
Ow!
Are you okay?
That hurt.
I'll let you read this porno mag if it'll make you feel better.
I will burn it.
The fog is making it pitch black.
Oh, it's a PlayStation 1 game.
The light over there. Is that a firefly?
Oh, this is gonna be loud.
Somnium scan. Activate.
Are we at the shrine? Where are we? Okay, this one seems a bit more abstract than Iris's. Reveal Hitomi's secret buried deep inside. Perhaps literally. Get it? Buried dead body. You know. This is a weird Somnium.
It disappeared?
No, wait. It might still be nearby.
It's an interesting setting change, though. Okay, there we go. Menu. Save because, duh. Exit. There's only one thing to click on right now. I don't know if there's a split here yet or not. Iris's didn't appear until the very end.
Flower bud.
If it splits again, I swear to God, it's probably going to split again. Warship? I can't be trying to fuck around. I gotta go, man.
What happened?
It doesn't have any particular smell, but for some reason I nearly blacked out.
Maybe it's poisonous. Be careful.
What's this? Caring words from you, Date. What are you hiding?
That was not the correct
flower
thing.
Worship it?
Yeah.
I will pray to it as though I am mourning the dead.
Of course, the one I didn't want to pick was the one that was the correct choice.
It bloomed a little?
I don't know what caused it, but It's better than nothing happening.
Well, it wasn't too much of a time, like, consumption, so it's not too bad, I don't think. Mental lock 2. I see a rock, a hole in a tree. Hole in tree.
A hole in a tree. I may be able to fit inside.
Screen. I got it. I'm sorry. It's...
Stop giving me orders!
I didn't know you had all that bottled up. Sorry.
My voice is echoing.
Must be pretty cavernous in there.
A hole in a tree.
Please peek inside. Please. Why am I saying? Oh, because I get it. I get it. Please peek inside.
I cannot
That's
see
funny.
anything. It is unnaturally dark.
Did you notice anything?
I did hear the faint sound of the wind.
It must be hollow on the inside.
That's nice. He's being considerate.
A hole in a tree.
5 minutes left, Date.
I like. That's just gonna. Oh God. Stick your hand in, please.
I am not going to be eaten or anything, right?
But you're not even physically real.
Whoa!
The rock?
Fell, but I am still in the forest.
It's darker than before.
What? Is someone there?
Hey!
That voice is...
Find out where that voice is coming from.
Almost sounded like pewter. That's the rock. That's the hole in the tree. Wait a minute. Rock number 3. Oh, Renju. Oh, what's up?
Renju Okiura.
Inspect him, flirt with it.
Yoo-hoo, Renju. Come get some of this. Come on!
Sorry, that was a bad idea.
Don't apologize. This is Renju's fault for having bad taste.
It's kind of... I don't know if I can call that flirting.
Renju Okiura.
Start talking to him.
Renju, what are you doing in a place like this?
He won't answer.
Not in a place like this, at least.
He's freaking out about something.
Renju
4 minutes.
Okiura.
Shut up. Sure, fucking hit him.
This is for neglecting your responsibility to Mizuki, you coward! No use. I can't hit him.
This Renju is still a teenager. He wouldn't know Mizuki yet.
That's a teenager? Damn.
Renju Okiura.
This is the only thing I can do.
He looks young, but this is definitely Renju Okiura as he appeared approximately 20 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
That did nothing for me. Alright, so none of that, alright? False lead. Here's rock 3 over here.
A rock.
Lift it.
Do what?
Just try.
Pick it up.
Understood.
Well, did you find anything?
No, of course not.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm incredibly disappointed with you right now.
A rock.
That better not be a bad timing.
But it's a rock.
Gods live in the rocks too, you know.
A rather Japanese way of thinking.
Just try it.
If you insist.
How was it? You've cleared your head, right?
Yes. I now feel a sense of emptiness.
Guess it was a waste of time.
I do not want to hear that from you. A rock. Understood.
I meant to use the timey there.
My foot hurts.
I see.
My foot hurts!
Sorry.
You can jump around pretty good for an injured foot.
3 minutes,
A
Dante.
rock.
It's 5 seconds.
This is a simple rock, but
Is there any kind of pattern?
no, there does not appear to be.
Alright, I'm loaded on timies now. Oh, good timey. What the fuck? Hole in tree 2. Oh, there's a second one. Oh, okay.
A hole in the tree. It looks about as big around as a soccer ball.
Yeah.
I am not going to be sucked in, am I?
No, it's too small for that.
That's strange. It should have worked.
Did you want to see me get sucked in?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
A hole in the
That's a 1/10 timey. That's actually pretty damn good. Get in there.
I cannot see anything. It is unnaturally dark.
Anything else?
I do not see anywhere that air could be flowing from. A hole.
Could be tackle. I'll try tackle. I want to save that timey,
I will do my best.
if possible. That was actually the correct thing to do.
This is a picture of Hitomi, Renju, and Monica.
Everyone is so young. Hold on to that.
That was the correct thing to do. And I'm thinking I need to show this to Renju. Is that Renju?
Less than 2 minutes, Dante.
That's a rock. Where's Renju? I don't know. That's it. That's him.
Renju.
I'm gonna wait on using that
Renju,
timey.
Look at this. Wait!
Renju, stop!
So far, there doesn't appear to be a split yet. None of these events really consume time, which is cool. Hello, hole. Rock number 2. Rock number 1. There's a hole.
What is this hole? It wasn't here earlier.
Alright, I'll use it here. Get in.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Understood. Huh. It's even more difficult to see now. Another voice?
We're descending.
That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she? Look for her.
God, finding the collectible in this Somnium is going to be a pain in the ass if I try to do all of those. Oh, hey. Actually kind of freaked me out for a second there. Where are you going? That's really weird. Hold in tree number 3. I'm running low on time. I'm thinking I need to go to this hole now. There's so many holes in trees.
Another hole in a tree. About as big as a capybara, I estimate.
Those are pretty big.
I was gonna say, that's a small capybara. I'm thinking... Tackle was the right one last time, peeking inside. I'd try this one.
What is this? A web of some kind?
Well, it would have to be a spider web.
I have web on my face.
Damn it, it's always the one I don't pick.
A hole in a tree.
1 minute left.
Shut up, I know.
Hitomi! Date likes Hitomi!
Hey, what are you trying to say? Hitomi won't remember this sink. But still.
Hitomi stopped.
That was the correct one. Of course it was. Alright. Where is she? Over there. God damn it, why are you so far away?
You've got less than 30 seconds.
Shut up!
That's Hitomi. Where?
Well, you could, you know, touch her...
But in this Somnium, she might be a minor.
her stomach. Test how soft her stomach is.
Uh-huh.
If you say so. I touched it.
So, what's the softness situation? Tell me.
It was soft. Nice and pliant. No noticeable abdominal muscles.
Valuable information indeed. Thank you, Iba.
You old pervert.
I'm gonna have to restart the Somnium, probably. Unless I clutch the... Oh!
That's it.
It's screwed. Try talking to her.
Hitomi, what are you doing here?
Guess she can't hear you. She looks like she's looking for something.
Well, I was hoping for a timey.
Hitomi.
Time is not up. Shut up. Let's try hugging her.
Hitomi? I see.
Well?
She dresses modestly, but underneath she has a curvaceous body.
Good work, Iba. That's good to know.
None of that was helpful.
Date, we
It
can't.
cuts off your controls.
Time is up.
Damn it! Is it over?
Oh, it's fine. My eyes. Try from... Yeah, lock 1. I wasted way too much time on after this one. Thankfully, I don't have to restart the entire thing. So, what was it I needed to do? I needed to, hole in tree, was it? Yeah, stick your hand in there. And then it was... hole in tree 2, right? Yeah. And then you, tackle.
5 minutes left, Date.
You give this to Renju. Yeah, that is a lot better. Where's the hole? Hole? Ah, it was made for me. Get in there, Iba. Somehow I've consumed less time than before, which is shocking to me. So...
4 minutes.
It was... I need to... hole in tree 3. It's really hard to see from that far away. Just because the text is so tiny. Yeah, scream. Alright, so I haven't tried the last thing on her. Which was inspect her. This probably won't yield anything.
Hitomi Sagan.
Oh!
Like Renju, this must have been approximately 20 years ago.
Something must have happened around that time.
Gotcha.
What?
Is there anything else I need to do? There's a rock. Rock number 2. None of the other options yielded anything. I'm trying to see if I can see anything. I haven't looked at rock 1 or 2 yet. Oh, goddamn. Trees in the way.
A rock.
Worship it, Iba. Actually investigate it. What's up with that? With it telling me I'm gonna get a tiny and then it just does nothing.
It's a rock.
Gods live in the rock. Just try.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, yeah. Investigating the rock seems like it's not going to yield anything. I already tried the hole in the tree, didn't I?
A hole in a...
Sticking my hand in probably won't do anything. Try peeking inside.
What is that?
No, I already saw that. What? Well, I'm looking for one that has a different interaction to it. What about rock 3? Rock 2? I'm feeling good about rock 2.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date.
A rock.
Why is the text so fucking big? Lift.
Do what?
Just try.
This one's small. You can get it. Nope. Shit. Well. Hmm. Kick?
Understood.
Oh, it's the same for every rock. The rocks seem like they're just there for timies. So... that only leaves hole in tree and Hitomi, so a hole in tree? Get in there. Actually, try tackling it. Maybe that's correct.
Leave it to me. I will break it down. Date, perhaps we should pursue a more peaceful route.
Yeah, I agree.
A hole in a tree.
Trying to consume the least amount of time.
Get sucked in, right? Hmm?
Oh?
A cord bracelet has appeared on my wrist.
Okay, that was correct.
Perhaps it belongs to someone.
Might be important. Hold on to it.
Damn. It's always something arbitrary, man. Where is Hitomi? Over there.
That's Hitomi.
Show bracelet.
Do you remember this?
She looked dead there for a second. Like her eyes were rolled into the back of her head.
Follow her.
Okay. No split. Works for me. I think I'm okay. If I can find where she went. That's hole 2.
A large hole. Was this here before?
You get in there.
If there is nothing left to do...
Descending into madness.
Date, what is going on?
I don't know. It's pitch black. I can't see anything.
I see. Then it is not me malfunctioning.
Can you feel your way around?
I can try.
You can also just follow the labels. What is that? I can't tell what that says. It's the only thing that's showing up, as far as I can tell. Come on, man.
Date, you've got less than 30
Oh,
seconds.
come on! Damn it. Game, you're killing me. Cluster what? What is this?
A licorice
Flower? Lycorus? Grab. I got a bad feeling about this.
I feel a little awkward, but... That's useless. The roots must be strong. It won't budge.
I'm gonna have to reset the Somnium. God damn it.
A liker.
Time's up.
Dig up.
Let's do it. What? Another hole.
Yeah. I'm so close.
Date!
Damn it!
Shut up. Alright, yeah, I just need to... I don't even have to go back that far. Just the last checkpoint will be fine. Oh, it doesn't even let me go back that far. Oh, I consumed too many of those. That's why. Oh, well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Where's the hole? Hole. Just in case. Just in case. Alright, let me try going left this time to avoid the dumb tree in the way. Ah, beautiful.
Date, you've got less than 30 seconds.
Oh, shut up. Dig.
Let's do it.
I'm hoping that the second I jump into the hole, I'm good. If not, then I'm gonna have to,
What?
maybe look at a rock or something. Or restart the entire goddamn Somnium. That would not be very fun.
Another. A large hole.
This has got... Oh, yeah, this is the last thing. I'm good.
We've come this far. I will not protest now.
So I've gotten no information out of this Somnium so far. But, that was fun. I'm hoping... Okay, yeah, here we go.
That is.
So did they dig up her corpse, or did they put it there? Why would they put it there? I don't know. I've seen Hitomi talking to So before, so they obviously know each other.
Hitomi, I think I know what happened 18 years ago. You three were close. You, Monica, and Renju. Monica was murdered. You and Renju found the body in the mountains, and you brought it back to the cold storage warehouse. And my guess is So Sejima killed Monica. I've seen inside his head before, using this machine.
I see. If you know that much, then there's no point in hiding it anymore.
Fucking finally.
I'll tell you the truth.
Took you long enough. That's the title theme, 18 years ago.
Wait, you're going to see So?
Yes. I want to talk to him in person.
No, you can't.
Why not? Are you worried about my body? You don't have to worry about that. I'm totally fine. But your stomach is still... Oh, my doctor told me that's normal. Your stomach doesn't go down right away after giving birth.
I'm not worried about your body. I don't know how to explain it. So doesn't care about you. And especially not your child.
I haven't told him about giving birth. He contacted me for the first time in a while.
So that's why.
He wants to know about the baby.
He must be panicking. If anyone ever finds out his mistress had his baby, his political career would be over.
It's not like it was an affair.
His
Oh.
wife passed away after giving birth to his son,
Wait.
right?
It would still be a big scandal.
Wonder who that could be.
He impregnated a girl who just graduated high school. Don't you see how that looks? He knew how the public would take it. That's why he gave you the money to deal with it. There's no way he'll accept that child.
It's okay. I told him that I won't cause any trouble. But could you take care of the baby? Just for a little bit? I'll be right back.
Fine. But take this with you, just in case. It's a GPS transmitter. Just to be extra safe.
I really don't think I'll need it. But okay, if it'll make you feel better.
I don't know what Monica saw in So. She said he was kind and loyal, that he wanted to change Japan, but I didn't understand any of it. We tried to convince her to break up with him so many times. She never listened, and it ended in tragedy. What happened next, you already know. Neither Renju or I saw it happen, so I don't know how much of this is accurate, but we could guess what happened. Date, you said that Monica was killed by So, right? But that's not true. Monica was killed by Saito Sejima, the son of So and his late wife.
Oh boy.
Saito was 12 at the time.
12?
Yes,
But why would a little boy do that?
I don't know. I can't imagine.
12, huh? Who told you this?
Renju told me.
But you said he wasn't there.
He heard some of this from the Kumakuras. Renju had connections with them.
How did the Kumakuras know?
So told them.
Oh, Date. What did you say? What did So say to Monica?
He told her to move overseas. He said he'd pay for everything.
So it wasn't his idea for her to die.
So contacted his friend, the chairman of the Kumakuras. He asked him to dispose of the body and left the scene with Saito.
The incident was 18 years ago. That means the chairman was Rohan, not Moma.
Rohan went to the scene of the crime?
Yes, with some of his men. Again, neither Renju or I saw this. We were just waiting at my house for Monica to return. But she never came back. We tried to call her cell, but it didn't connect. But then, we saw movement on the GPS.
The GPS Renju gave to Monica?
Yes, first, we thought she was on her way home. We saw the GPS getting further and further away from the city. Renju and I got nervous, and we decided to follow it.
What about the baby?
We couldn't take the baby with us, so Renju gave the baby to the mob doctor he trusted.
Those are Kumakura men.
We didn't dare move. We couldn't speak. We were barely breathing. We could only watch as it all unfolded. I knew what the hole was for, but I couldn't move. Couldn't do anything. I remember my heart beating so fast. Before long.
We good here?
Yeah. Cover her.
Just a minute.
Beautiful.
People covered Monika's body, then left. Renju and I ran over and dug up the grave with a tree branch. What we saw.
We need to call the police.
No, we can't. Not yet.
Why not?
You don't know who those guys are.
I was gonna say, calling the police is a
Anything to keep this hidden.
bad idea.
I've seen it happen myself. I know what they're capable of. Anyway, think about it. Why would they do this? They thought Monica and her baby were going to be trouble. Monica's stomach was still pretty big. I don't think they know that she gave birth already. What do you think they'd do if they found out? They would take her and kill her too. And then, they'd come for us. They'd make it look like we disappeared. All of us would be gone.
Renju convinced me. He knew more about the dirty underbelly of society than anyone. He knew when something couldn't be handled by the police. He said that they would do anything to kill the child. And I believed him. We had to protect Monica's baby. We had to, no matter what.
Okay, I understand.
I decided to trust him. We couldn't leave Monica's body in the forest. We cleaned her up and took her to the cold storage warehouse.
This warehouse is owned by Okiura Fishery. My father runs it. But it's not in use right now. They're moving operations to a better area. They're actually looking for buyers right now. But don't worry, I'll take over the warehouse.
Are you sure?
Yes. Don't worry. I'll keep everyone out. Everyone but you, of course. I'll give you a key. You can come visit any time you want to see Monica.
pretty fucked up thing.
Don't worry about the baby. I'll protect her, no matter what. And don't worry about them, either. The people who did this to you, I will never forgive them. I'm sorry, Monica. Sorry. I'm sorry. Monica.
Fuck.
I was thinking about her name. How about Iris?
Iris?
The goddess of rainbows in Greek mythology? And the colored part of your eye.
And the flower, too.
Right.
I thought it might have something to do with your name, Hitomi.
Not only that, it's also for Monika's name. The kanji for Monica uses the character for love. And Monica reminds me of Manako, Japanese for eye.
So both names have something to do with the eye.
And I, which means love, will always be a part of Iris.
So that's how you came up with the name?
Don't you think it's nice?
Iris. Iris. Yeah, I really like it. I don't really want to discuss this, but there's something you need to know. After talking to the Kumakura gang, I found out who killed Monica. So's son, Saito Sejima.
How? Saito was only...
12 years old.
Why? Why would a little boy do that?
I don't know the motive, but I know it's true. So used his connections with the Kumakuras to cover up for his son. And all of the evidence of this scandal, of course.
I'll never forgive them. So, his son, or the Kumakuras.
I feel the same way. But you can't think about revenge now. You and the baby can't lead a life like that. Just bear with it for now. The opportunity will come. So wait until the right moment. Okay? The mob doctor took care of everything. I have the birth certificate, and I even picked up a mother and baby book. It wasn't cheap, but you don't have to worry about it.
I was wondering how they were,
Just
you know,
submit the birth certificate, and everything will be taken care of.
falsifying that
You
information.
look worried.
Those informations.
I feel like... I'm somehow betraying Monica. She was the one who gave birth.
Soon, you won't even be able to think about that. Because a war is about to begin.
A war?
Between you and the baby. You won't get a good night's sleep for a long time. You might even start to resent Monica for all this.
Really?
Anyway, as soon as you submit the certificate, you will officially be her mother. Be sure to raise her responsibly. I'll help. Occasionally.
Occasionally, huh?
And so my life with Iris began. Raising a child was much harder than I expected. Waking up in the middle of the night to change diapers or feed her. Iris wasn't a good sleeper. I had to sing her lullabies to put her to sleep. And I always needed to put her to bed so carefully. It would only take 10 seconds before she'd start crying again. So I had to pick her up, sing her another lullaby, then put her back to bed. After doing this over and over, before I knew it, the morning sun would creep in through the windows. But even with all of that, I cherished every single day. My hatred for those responsible never went away. But my hands were full, raising Iris. I devoted myself to her. I never thought about anything else. Eventually, my desire for revenge just faded away.
Mama! Mama! Woof! Woof! Mama! Omelet! Omelet! Sweepy! Up? Mommy, I won race today! Is Mommy proud of me? Mommy, I want to see Milky Moon again. Mommy, you are so good at dancing.
My monitor creaked and it startled me.
Mommy, pancakes are done. Sorry, I burned it a little. Mommy, why can't I dance at the stores? I can't help it. My body dances on its own. Mommy, don't more people come to barbecues? How come it's always you and me? Hey, Mommy. How long will it take my bone to get better? I want to dance again with everybody.
Does that clock have no hands?
Mommy, do you like my shirt? Look, we're matching. Mommy, thank you for everything. I love you more than anything in the whole wide world. Mommy, look. I drew it.
The Okonomiyaki War, huh?
That was so fun. We should do it again.
The food or the food fight?
Both.
I'm gonna have to say no to the latter, sweetie. It took forever to clean.
But Uncle said he wants to do it again too. Hey, Mommy.
Yes?
Are you gonna marry him?
What are you talking about?
As long as it's Uncle, I'm all for it. I say go for it.
I would always question myself. Could I keep living a lie? I had promised Monica that I would avenge her. But I couldn't work up the courage. And maybe Renju was exaggerating. But there's no statute of limitations for murder in Japan. If we showed Monika's body to the police, So would be punished by the law. And the Tsujima's and Kumakura's crimes would be uncovered. But that would mean Iris's secret would be uncovered as well. That's what I was really worried about. I didn't want Iris to know that So was her father. And even more than that, I didn't want her to know that I'm not her real mother. That's the real reason I've been silent for 18 years. I didn't want to lose Iris. But fate can be cruel. God used other means to take Iris from me. In January, Iris suddenly collapsed. It was caused by a malignant tumor in her brain. There's nothing we can do. She only has a year to live at most. That's what the doctor said. If you remember me telling you. But what I didn't tell you is that there was an experimental new treatment. It was...
Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said.
So she wasn't bullshitting about the nanomachines.
Nanomachines. Nanomachines could remove the tumor. But the procedure would be so expensive. With my salary, it wasn't something I could afford. I thought hard about it. about how I could get my hands on that kind of money, but I couldn't think of a solution. Time passed. Before I knew it, it was November. Iris's symptoms worsened. Her time was running out. I was starting to panic. I couldn't sit here and waste time while Iris... In any case, I had to get the money before it was too late. So I thought of a plan. A plan to blackmail Sosajima.
That's why she was talking with him. Okay. I was wondering why they were talking, because, like, she probably doesn't like him very much.
2 days ago, on Saturday night, I called So and invited him to come to the warehouse. He agreed to come. After I hinted at what happened 18 years ago, I had prepared everything, hiding behind the forklift until So came. When he finally
So
arrived,
she was there too.
he walked over to the workbench, where I had laid Monica's body.
That's why it was on the table. Okay, okay.
He lifted the cloth and looked down. He whimpered and stumbled back. Even he was fazed, seeing a body he thought he got rid of 18 years ago. Not to mention it was the body of a woman he was in a relationship with. A woman his own son killed. He reacted exactly as I expected he would. I had prepared a recording and sent it to his phone.
I know what happened 18 years ago. Everything. I know who did it, and I know she had a baby inside her. You can probably guess what I'm going to say next. Be prepared to pay for my silence. I will tell you the exact amount later. And don't tell anyone about this. Not Saito. Not the Kumakuras. If you do anything even remotely suspect, I will go to the press with the truth. Understand?
I told him to keep quiet and cut ties with the Kumakuras. Even if he found out who I was, without the Kumakura gang, he had no power over me. And there's no way he'd risk his political career, not to go after me. I saw So put his phone back into his pocket and run out of the warehouse. I came out of my hiding place to put Monica's body back, but then something unexpected happened.
Date showed up.
I saw you, Date. I hid behind the forklift before you saw me. And when you were done looking around...
Damn it, dude, if you had just x-rayed the forklift. That wasn't an option.
It can't be. Iris.
I was losing consciousness. My head felt fuzzy. I couldn't gather my thoughts. I didn't know what to say. Instead, Aiba did the talking.
Iris is not Hitomi's daughter.
Yeah, we know that.
But Iris's father is Sosajima. Her mother, Monica Iwai, was killed 18 years ago by So's son, Saito. However, Hitomi raised Iris since she was a baby. Hitomi showed unwavering love and compassion for her. Just as much as her biological mother would have, if not more. Iris's tumor was discovered in January of this year. The only possible treatment was experimental nanotechnology. However, that treatment is restrictively expensive. Hitomi devised a plan to blackmail Sosajima for the money. The best way to establish the blackmail was to show him proof directly. That is why Hitomi created the scene with the corpse. She was the one who called So to the warehouse. On Sunday night, what Date saw was what Hitomi had prepared for So. That is the summary of what we have learned so far. But there are some things I have yet to understand. Date, pull yourself together. Ask her questions. Date, snap out of it.
Date's, memories are probably... I heard Aiba call for me and came too. Yeah, his memories might be making a little bit of a, you know... Why did Rohan remove Monika's eye?
I'm sorry. I have no idea.
Because he was a freak? Well, did you tell Renju about the blackmailing?
No, I did not. All of this was my idea.
Continuing Sunday's events.
I probably don't have to ask, but let me just be sure.
I should ask, Renju is at least somewhat well off, right? He manages a multitude of companies. So, why not go to him first?
After I left the warehouse, what did you do?
I mean, sure, it might seem...
Monika's body back onto the hood of the forklift. Then I left.
I mean, some people might, like, perceive that as being selfish, but, like, I feel like that's a better option than trying to blackmail a politician who got away with murder.
That's why the police didn't see the body when they arrived on the scene. It makes perfect sense now that I have the facts. Iris did not resurrect. You simply mistook Monica for Iris. The body did not disappear. Hitomi moved it. Those were the events at the warehouse Sunday night. Simple.
Damn it, stop doing that. Summarize for me.
There are still a few loose ends, but I believe I understand what occurred 18 years ago. However, none of this ties directly back to Shoko Nadami. Her murder was just 4 days ago. Is it connected? Or are these two separate cases?
If there is a connection, it would be with Renju and So. We can think about it later. More importantly...
I headed for the exit.
Wait.
Hmm?
Where are you going?
To look for Iris, of course.
But you have no idea where she is, right?
Do you know something?
Yes.
Why do I get the feeling that she might know where Mr. 89 Man is?
At around 4 o'clock today, I received a phone call.
And Renju.
I don't know who it was. They were using a voice modulator.
What did they say?
I have your daughter. Don't call the police or she dies. That's why I didn't tell you earlier.
Renju.
We don't know that for certain.
I was gonna say, why would Renju do this?
It could be number 89.
Why would number 89 do this?
Either way,
Both of them have...
Iris is in danger right now.
No, it doesn't make any sense. Tell me more.
The voice asked for something else. He told me to go to a specified location with you.
With me?
Yes.
The culprit knows me? It must be Renju. What location?
I'm sorry, but this stops now.
Did he shoot her?
Date. Run.
Boss!
Please, do not worry. I merely put her to sleep.
What are you doing?
My orders. They told us to halt our investigation. The boss was already going against orders as it is, which is why...
Investigation? What investigation? Shoko or Iris?
Neither. The investigation of Monika's murder.
Monica? But her case is all but completely solved.
Yes, but only to us, right? If we say nothing, then her investigation is ongoing.
So Tsujima. So threatened us, didn't he?
I don't know. But you've been stripped of your authority on this investigation. As of 5 minutes ago. In fact, you are to be placed under house arrest. What will you do, Date? I suggest you comply.
Iva, can you turn the power off?
Easily.
Alright, get ready. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, he deserves that. Did he keep the gun there? What the fuck? Why would you give him the gun?
Now tell me, where is the location?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
If I told you, you'd go alone, wouldn't you? But if I don't go with you...
Alright, take me there.
What about Boss? I think Boss is... She's clean. I think her killing So in that other route is probably her enacting her own justice, maybe? I don't know. She found out something, obviously.
I know this place.
It's the chemical plant that closed
Ooh.
years ago.
Oh, that thunder. That sounded real. I knew that. How did I know that? The corners of my mind were aching.
Date, I'm sorry, but this is going to be bad.
What happened?
Someone has begun to access my stored memory.
Oh.
They are attempting to wipe all the data. Everything I have accumulated over the last 5 years.
I might want to shut yourself off.
Including backups.
Pewter. Is Pewter doing this?
Almost definitely. He does have admin rights. I summoned some ice, but that will only buy time. I have 4 hours at the most. After my ice is broken, Peter will be able to access Watch It, my core programming. He would be able to destroy my mind.
Why?
It must be related to the orders they are receiving from the top. The higher-ups clearly see you as a threat, Dante. They are attempting to limit your power by removing me from the equation. I suppose their motivation hardly matters now. The most important thing now is finding Iris and bringing her to Abyss within 4 hours. Or else, I will cease to exist.
Date? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just...
All right, now you know. So get moving. I'm counting on you, Date.
Should have locked the locker. Just saying, 4 hours. It's fine. That should be plenty of time. I gripped my revolver and got moving. Yeah. We'll see about that.
I'll go in first. You wait here.
Okay.
Is that...
Yeah, he's been dead for a while.
Renju?
Okay, so... That's probably not good. I don't understand why the case remains unsolved. Excuse me? Again? Yeah. Is it going to open the other one? I can see that. What am I missing? Okay, good. I was about to say, please open that one. I don't want to be like at some point I'm worried that it's going to throw me in there and it's just going to be like, yep, all of them are locked now. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. So we're bouncing back to this one. Where we know Boss killed So Seijima. Oh, God, this is weird. Okay, fucking, yeah, sure. I've been waiting for this one. This is the one I was, like, the most interested in. Well, that is until this one that just happened, so now it's flipped itself, but now we're getting to this, so... weird. I don't remember this route very well, honestly.
That is...
Sosajima. Why?
I have a lot more context for this now, so I don't know. Now I don't feel so bad about this. Good job, boss.
Boss? What's going on here? Why did Boss kill So?
Actually, I've got probably the answers for that, so... Boss's alibi for Shoko's murder.
Shoko was killed around 5 p.m. Friday. What was Boss doing at that time?
Unknown.
Well, I already know that she's probably... Well, not innocent for this. Like, that, yeah, she definitely killed that guy, but... Like, I don't really care about that.
What about Saturday, 8 p.m.?
The time Renju was killed? Similarly unknown.
In this route, Date has a bit of a better relationship with Mizuki, I think, and Renju was found at the restaurant, and I'm... Fuck. I'll just keep going.
Iris and Ota were killed at different times.
And they're dead,
I was
right.
watching the stream on the call with Boss.
Only the first few minutes. The polar bear had not yet appeared on stream. It is possible that she made the call from somewhere off camera.
Yeah, they're
Where was
assuming
Boss's
that
phone at the time?
she's the one.
Check her cell records.
She did not call from a mobile phone. She used a PC. Using a VPN service, she could have accessed her Abyss PC from the warehouse and made the call.
Boss is the new Cyclops killer? Shoko, Renju, Iris, Ota, So. Boss killed them all?
The evidence makes that a likely possibility. So also had his left eye removed. Identical to Shoko, Renju, and Iris. Date, I know where the boss is. I have picked up her GPS.
Where?
She is now at the Sagan residence. Somewhere inside Hitomi's house.
What?
I don't think Boss... Like, the intensity of the situation is kind of numbed by the fact that I already know that she's not the fucker Pewter is. The fucker. Good term. I drew my gun from its holster and barged into the house.
Hitomi! Hitomi!
I called for her, but there was no reply. I didn't see Boss either.
Iva, call Boss's phone.
On it. The boss's phone. phone.
Oh, shit.
Kaname Date, you were under arrest for murder.
What the hell?
Drop your weapon. Comply!
Boss.
I mean, technically, if we're talking about past events, I mean... maybe they got a point. Let's talk to you for... Actually, wait. I didn't kill anyone.
I didn't kill anyone. Please believe me.
They are not listening to you.
I can tell.
Please, lower your weapons. You drop your guns, I'll drop mine.
Date, do you really think these officers will listen to you?
But what choice do I have?
I'll get back to that one in a minute. I like this one. The fuck are you
I
doing?
could ask you the same thing. You killed Shoko Nadami, didn't you?
That's ridiculous. What are you talking about?
Don't lie.
And now she's pinning it on me. That's a bit fucked up. Although then again, considering past events,
I don't know. She was gone when I got here.
Why did you come here?
Why would I tell you? Are you kidding me?
You're the new Cyclops killer.
What? Why do you think that?
You put a gun to So's head and pulled the trigger. I saw it with my own eye.
Shut up! Shut up! Stop lying!
weirdly uncharismatic fight. I'll get to that in a second.
Boss is the culprit. That woman right there is the new Cyclops killer. She's tricking you.
They are well trained. They did not even flinch.
Alright, let's fight.
This is going nowhere.
Are you going to fight?
I have no choice.
I recommend against it. You have zero chance of winning a firefight.
Well then, what can I do?
Let me think.
Come on, Aiba, do some of your weird magic, like, processing shit.
Date, what is that on the kitchen table? Could it be your favorite thing?
I was wondering about that.
What?
The magazine.
You want me to look at a magazine now?
Just look.
It can't be. This is the stuff of legends. Only the most diehard fans have ever laid eyes on it.
Why does Hitomi have this? X. My eyes, ow.
Whoa! Limited edition!
Date, load Evolver with firebomb bullets.
Firebomb?
Shoot at the cloud.
Why?
Just do as I say, and fast.
What's it gonna ignite the flower? Can flower burn? What the hell is a firebomb bullet? Was it filled with napalm? What button am I pressing? It's always something weird and arbitrary. Control plus up. Yeah, you see what I mean? How did that not light the house on fire, but knock all of them out? What?
She is probably just unconscious.
I can tell.
Her right shoulder and left leg suffered damage.
A dust explosion, huh? Good thinking.
What achievement did I just fucking get? Horny housewives in... No, I'm not reading the rest of that.
Thank you.
But you could have just had
Good
to
achievement.
throw the bag of flour.
That would have been too slow. To improve your reaction time, I had to improvise.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Holy Housewives? It could be both. It's censored.
Anyway, let's have a look.
Oh my god.
Hey, this is just a cooking magazine.
Oh, well, I guess it was Holy instead. That's the joke, probably? Yeah. 2:30 a.m.
Boss is still unconscious. However, her brainwaves are stable. Syncing with her shouldn't be an issue.
Pewter, I don't trust a single goddamn thing you're saying. Okay.
Date, talking to her would be pointless. You do know that, don't you?
You little shit. Where's number 89?
I had him put back behind bars.
In Fuchu prison.
That's right. I couldn't keep him here.
Wait, so is Pewter a good guy? Is this, like, route completely different timeline-wise? Like, is she the fucker and he's not? I kind of doubt it. Why are you so cooperative?
Because I know that the boss is my enemy. I got the video from Iba. I processed it and found that it showed no sign of tampering or editing. Which means there can be no mistake. The boss shot and killed So Sejima after pulling out his left eye. That makes the odds of her being the culprit behind the other murders very high. Or maybe she had accomplices. Either way, she's a criminal. That's why I am cooperating with you, Special Agent Date. I want it as bad as you do. The truth. She has broken her right shoulder, as well as the fibula of her left leg. But her brain is perfectly healthy. You can sync with her.
How am I... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I know. How do I actually do the sync? I decided to sync with her. Asking questions would just be a waste of time. Besides, even if she was awake, I can't imagine she'd take kindly to an interrogation. Itomi still hasn't been found. I have a bad feeling about this. God, my throat. But there's a good chance that boss knows where she is. How would I get that information? Getting into her head would definitely be the quickest way. That's why I brought her here. This is weird. Hey, let's go. Come on.
Pewter, are the preparations done?
Ready anytime.
Let's get started.
Date.
I know. 6-minute time limit. I'll be back before time's up.
Well then, let's begin.
That'd be really weird if they swapped the roles. But I, kind of doubt it. I mean, obviously you're supposed to play this after you find out that Pewter is kind of an asshole, so why is it forcing me to play it in this order? The factory, yeah. The more open space of it, too. What? Oh. Iba, take this seriously.
Loosen up.
Do you always have to come in like that?
It is of the utmost importance.
At a time like this?
Times like this are perfect. Anyway, it appears to be an abandoned factory of some kind.
What could Boss be hiding here?
Can you stop dancing?
Somnium scan. Activate.
Or whatever that is that you're doing. God, my monitor is fucking dirty. I gotta clean it. It's just covered in dust. This is weird. Like, I guess there's more to it than just what I've already learned, of course, so... Ooh, this is eerie. Well, there's the door. I obviously can't open that yet, so, what's over here? There's another door. I think that's another door, and there's stairs. I don't think I need to be interacting with the doors yet. Well, I've already wasted 10 seconds, so, that's cool. I actually can't go over that way. Alright, door, you.
A rusted metal door.
What? Okay, let's see what happens.
No use. It won't budge.
Why does that consume all the time?
Date, there is no time left.
I can see that.
Damn it, what the hell is Boss up to?
The hell? Yeah, just straight up restart. I don't know what that was about. Oh, God. Well, I know not to go in that door.
A rusted metal door.
And an ice pick. I'm kind of hoping this gives me a timey.
It is faint, but I hear the sound of meat being pierced.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
No timey.
A rusted
I'm gonna have to lose 66 seconds no matter what. Yeah, break it.
Break the lock with that.
Roger. I will try. It worked!
All right, open it.
This is her being freshly murdered.
Several keys have fallen.
One of them must be the right one.
I do not have time to try all of them.
Hopefully there's some kind of sign.
I don't like that the figure is purple. That worries me. Excuse me?
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
Times 10 bad timey?
It's a key.
God damn. 50 seconds have to go away?
It's a key.
Now hold on a minute. One of them is underneath the ice pick and the others aren't. This one?
It's a key.
I guess pick it up.
The ice pick is next to this key. It appears to be correct.
That's what I said.
The tag is labeled A.
I was right. Give me some credit.
He didn't even...
That must mean you can use this key for something labeled A.
Come on.
It's 50 seconds gone. A 1 second timing?
You've got 4 minutes.
Alright, that's C. Wait. There's a... This is a strange Somnium. Oh, it says A on the front and C on the back.
A door that looks like the Anywhere door.
This is a weird Somnium.
Perhaps we can use the key I just picked up.
Yeah, try that.
Not really in its layout, but just in its mechanics of the timey layout.
Opened.
I know C leads to the stairs upper.
Isn't this the 3rd floor? What is going on here?
Looks like the floors are connected in a weird way.
Quite the troublesome dream.
Does boss have occlumency mastered? She's got her mind laid out like a pretty strange puzzle. What am I looking for here? Kind of like the Somnium. It's freaky. That's blocked off. I can only go... Do you have to have every key picked up? I think I have to pick them all up. That's unfortunate. Wait. Oh, no. I gotta go pick them all up.
A door with...
You're funny, game. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to restart the Somnium, aren't I? This is weird. I can't predict how the thing is gonna be laid out. Wait, are they gone? Oh, shit. Well, that's unfortunate.
You have 3 minutes, Dante.
I'm aware. I guess I should try the door. I thought I would have to go back to get another key.
That looks like...
Opening it only takes 1 second. Takes a lot more time to just walk around this area. What is going on with this door?
A door with B written on it.
Well, that was easy.
It was.
That one had the better timing.
This is the 2nd floor, but it is clearly not the door I just opened.
It's like a maze. I have to remember what door goes where.
I know where C leads. And it's the only way I can go, so... Oh no, this is the C door from the other side. Yeah, it's better to go for the tackles.
That was easy.
It was.
They give the better timing.
Oh, we're on the 2nd floor again.
Well, I think...
Leave the 2nd floor and come right back to it? This is confusing.
I think it leads to the same amount of time consumption, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I could probably save a few seconds by, kicking down a door instead of opening it like... that. Shelf. I really love the ominous-ass music that's playing here. I have no time. Steel drum.
An oil drum hung with wire.
Why is that voice line so much louder? I guess push it. No, hold on to that. No, Well, that was easy.
Oh.
Guess you should check that door.
And a 3rd timey and a 6th timey. That's good. Get the fuck in there.
A rusted metal door.
Why?
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry.
I can see that.
Door E.
How much does it cost to go back through?
Door E prime.
I want to try something. I'm gonna have to restart the Somnium for sure, but I'm just curious about something. This one seems a lot more puzzle-oriented, so...
A rusted metal door. It does not appear to be locked.
Strangulation for him.
This again.
So we can't just grab one. We have to be careful.
That was the correct thing to do. For once I make the right decision. Now I have to deal with that thing. Please tell me this
It's
takes
a
1
key with
second.
a watch beside it. The hands indicate 250.
250. Nope. I can deal with 10 seconds. Not 50. Alright, there we go. 250. What was the time of... What was the time of Renji's death? I don't remember. Oh, fuck, I don't remember. Hold on, wait. Maybe I can... Is it in the tree? It might be? What would that be? Oh, God, I don't remember. Is it this one? No. That's Iris's interrogation. I don't remember this route well enough. Case file. PM. I think it was around 2 p.m.-ish. Maybe like 3? I don't remember. What about 40 seconds? What do you mean? Also, hey, Chris. 5... Was it 3:45? It was somewhere in that range of, like, early to mid-afternoon. It wasn't 11. Well, I guess this would be 24-hour time, so... It was 3 a.m. Wasn't it? 2:50. Am I right? Whatever, I can just restart the Somnium if I fuck up.
It's a key with a watch beside it.
I guess it would be the one with the watch.
250.
Please give me a good timing, not a shitty one. Ow.
Whoa! This is not it.
Is the time on the clock relevant?
It would be quite the simple gimmick.
Alright, so I was wrong.
They just want us to think that.
True.
1/9 timing, that's fantastic. Was it 3:45? It was around 3 a.m., I thought. I guess I'll try this one.
It's a key with a watch beside it. The hands indicate 3:45.
It sounds late. 1 second. Maybe this is it. This might give a bad timing.
This
Nope.
isn't it either.
If the time on the clock is relevant, what is it related to?
Something to do with Renju?
I like the detail of the muscles on the eye being ripped off. You see, what did I tell you? It's not 11, is it? This is the only key left.
It's a key with a watch beside it. The hands indicate 11 o'clock.
Oh, that's fine.
This isn't it either.
If the time on the clock...
I can see that. I'm getting... No, that was a good timing. Where's the other watch?
Less than 1 minute. Hurry.
Did you go through a door? This is a strange Somnium. Oh, there's one over here. Did I really, like, save the correct one for last? Watch this be wrong, too.
It's a key with a watch beside it. The hands in
the morning?
No, that is not what I mean.
I'm gonna use one of these. God damn it!
If the time on the clock is relevant,
Something to do with Renju?
The time of his death might not be correct because I've... well, unless there's another one. 6. Or, I'm sorry, that's 8. It was far away, I couldn't tell.
it's a key with the hands indicate 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the Somnium. This is a confusing one.
Is this the correct answer?
Saturday night at 8 matches Renju's estimated time of death.
Is that it? Oh. I was way off.
D is written on the tag. Let's go, Date.
I thought it was like 3 a.m.-ish, unless that... well, that would be the time that the body was moved in, I guess.
The D door.
It costs 1 second.
I will try the key.
Yeah, try it.
It opened. This door too.
I'm really crunching that number there. What am I looking at? What is that? Control panel. Pipe door. Before I take too many steps, I'm trying to see what I can find here. This seems like what I need to interact with. I think. Why does everything cost 1 second here? What? This is such a weird Somnium.
Appears to be old. I believe this computer controls the factory's electronics. It appears to require a key to activate.
That doesn't help me.
Date, 30 seconds.
I'm aware. Pipe is in the way. I'm thinking I need to turn this pipe.
A broken pipe. Steam is
Yeah, kick it. That costs no time. This one's fairly logical.
It's just as I calculated.
You were surprised, admit it.
Why are your teeth fixed in position?
A rusted metal door. Most of the ice is gone now. I think I can open this door.
Same person every time. And they're purple. Am I wrong about my assumption of Date? I don't need to see it again. Thank you.
This key has control panel written on the tag.
Control panel? The one right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the Somnium. I might as well keep going until I die, though, so, let's see what I can do. How much time does this cost?
Rows of monitors and...
This is oddly enough better.
This...
Okay, 2 seconds I can work with, maybe.
There!
It'll give me enough time to see what I need to do next.
Oh!
So?
I see. If we move the scaffold, a new route appears.
Okay, let's move it.
Date, you're out of time.
I'm actually not, though, Pewter.
Rows of monitors...
Hey, it got stuck.
This button is indeed the one needed to move the scaffold, but...
Huh. There might be another step we have to do first.
That's good to know. I actually really like this Somnium. This one might be, aside from Iris's, you know, bullshit one, this one's cool. I'm absolutely out of time. Alright, retry.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
Alright, so it was key 1 last time. Let me go investigate this door. It should take less time if I do it like that. Yeah. Even with all the walking, it's still somehow faster.
It's a key.
Pick that bad boy up. So that leads to door A. That's a single-second timing, which I will need for later. That only costs 1 second. Since I already have the single-second timing, what's the next thing I needed to do? It was the door, right? Was it the door? It was this door. It's gonna cost 10 seconds no matter what, so I might as well pick up the better timies for later. Whoops. I could feasibly save a little bit more, but it's only 5 seconds. In the long run, the 1/6 might be better. Alright, so I need to go this way. I need to push that barrel. This one is pretty tight. Door E is here. Yeah, I'll save 7 seconds. Why not? Don't need to pick up that other single-second timing and waste more. I already have a single-second timing to use. Boink.
It does not appear to be locked.
And then I can just go through that other door normally. That is a much better checkpoint. So the key I needed was... Well, not go through the door normally, but you know what I mean. I need to go through E. Never mind. Which door was it? Was it this E? It was this E. And then that... 5 seconds. Okay, so... This is the correct key. For door letter D. Only takes 1 second to open it. I'm a lot better off than I was before, but it doesn't really feel like it, honestly. Yeah, kick it. I'm not consuming a 1 second timing for that. It's gonna force that 10-second one, which I can waste on something else. Alright, yeah, very good checkpoint. Or better than it was before. Waste that. Alright, so insert that key. Sleep? Excuse me?
On top of the control desk?
That way you can push all of them at the same time, right?
Are you insane?
Don't you know? The line between insanity and genius is razor thin.
Even still, you are firmly on the insane
Yeah, it's like playing a
side.
piano. You just get up and you put your entire leg and arm on the thing to press all the keys at once. That's how you play piano. What?
That barely lowered. How's it looking from your side?
The switches are precisely aligned with the pressure points on my back. Can I stay here a little longer?
I was clearly insane. Just put it back.
That was kind of funny. That was worth a 2-second loss. What?
Less than 2 minutes. Hurry.
What do I need to be doing here? need to open the third door. Let's back to door D. Do I need to go back through? There was another door. Oh, this is complicated. Let's take a little walk.
Door D prime.
And then there was no door there. This was E prime. Oh, did I not have to go back through E? Oh, I'm dumb. I didn't even realize. Well, that's okay. It wasn't that much of a time loss. I don't think I need to be down here. Hold on. No, it's E. Well, it was worth it for the single second timey, maybe. Maybe. What? It doesn't seem like I can... There's nothing to interact with. I already know pressing the switch doesn't do anything. What about rotating the key? Excuse me? I thought rotating the key would turn it off. Okay.
Oh.
This is a dumb Somnium. They all are. That's okay. I probably shouldn't be speeding through that. That's new.
Extended.
Now we can use the route to door B.
Okay, I'm not feeling too good about my time, but I'm close enough that maybe it doesn't matter.
Hurry!
I need to go on the other side. Wait. Wait, Alright, it's fine. Yeah, it's worth it. 10 seconds? That blows. Not that way. Wait, is it that way? No. Camera, please. You're killing me. I'm gonna have to reload it again, probably. What door was it? Was it this one? That's not a door at all. C. Was it C?
Door C.
Maybe I need that 1 second timing. This is a long Somnium. Not as long as some of Iris's, but... Well, at least not yet. Okay, that's door B.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it's fine. Shut up.
Door B prime.
Only consumes 1 second. I'm hoping I just get to the end, and that's it. And I don't have to worry about anything else. This is the last one, right? Yeah, okay. I might be okay, maybe. I got a lot of walking to do. Got a lot of walking to do. F.
You're out of
Door
time.
F. This is the first time we've seen it.
I'm gonna take a risk. That's really the only option I have.
The first floor. This is the first time we've been here.
Do I have to open that?
Big door.
With the... Oh, I'm
We
screwed.
can see what's in there. We'll figure something out.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually screwed.
An iron ladder.
Or not?
Yeah.
It's ethereal.
Passed through it. It must not be for climbing.
Okay. Well, I know not to do that, at least.
An iron ladder.
tackle. It doesn't matter. I'm dead.
Ready?
Oh. It's a rhythmic spark. I know what to do now, at the very least.
This Somnium is awfully dangerous.
Hey, that door. Maybe we can open that one now. Check it out.
Yeah, about that.
Date, there is no time left.
Damn it, what the hell is Boss up to?
Do I have to restart the whole ass Somnium? I might. Well, maybe not. I think I have one thing left. Nope. For fuck's sake. Alright. They're getting more difficult. What was it that I needed to do? The door? No, fuck, I don't remember. The door is locked, isn't it? Or can I open that door without it consuming a shitload of time? I think I can. Let's go look. Damn it, game. Actually, I think I do get a timey from this. I might be able to save a couple seconds as a result. Even though I've already wasted it by walking around. This game, a little difficult sometimes. It's gonna be locked. That will be useful, though. I need that. Again, wasted way too much time already.
A rusted metal door.
Break.
That is better off than it was last time. 10-second timey. I gotta fucking go back over to the door. Try to open it. Have it not work.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
Key 1. Pick that up. Open. Okay, single second. I need to go over here. The Somnium's long. I need to try to play out the order of events in my head over and over again to memorize it. Then I take this door, which I think takes... Yeah, that sucks. I think I can open this one normally.
It does not appear to be locked.
Okay, so that's fine, actually, because... Does this door take 1 second or 10? I see what it's doing. Alright.
It does.
I should be able to waste this on where the E door is. Right? E door is over here, yeah? How screwed did that make me? I think E prime is the one I want to go through. No, it's not.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
Regular E, that's fine. It gives me the 1 second timey that I want. I see, I gotcha. Push. Okay, use one of those. Voice crack again. That's a times 10. Use that on the E. Ugh. It's regular E. Thank you, E-Door. You're very helpful. I need this key. I just pressed E. Because subconsciously my brain was like, yeah, that's the key you need to press. You just said the letter E out loud. It's another 1 second timey. I might as well, like, use this, because I'm getting another one. Yeah, this is much better than before. Alright, let's investigate that. Insert key. So I need to rotate and then press button. And then I need to rotate again. And I'm done there. The bridge is over here. Wait, is it? Or do I need to go back through the door? I think I need to go back through the door. Do I? Wait, what was I supposed to be doing? Hold on. Was it over here? No? Oh, I think I fucked up again. Whatever, it's fine. Maybe. You know, that's correct.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry.
I thought I was misremembering there. Remembering. Okay, open F. I'm gonna eat that timey. And I already know what I need to do here, which is push the ladder, or tackle it. Which is why we have the 1 second timey.
Ready?
Much more efficient. And I have another 1 second timey. Not that it matters, because I think I'm at the end. The noises are still playing. I'm gonna wait for them to finish before I open the door. Alright, I think we're good.
A rusted metal door.
With time to spare. I guess the purple is her? That doesn't make any sense, though, because I guess the color doesn't mean anything. I don't know. Well, it means it's her in this Somnium specifically, but from Somnium to Somnium, I guess it doesn't matter.
That's... Iba, return to the control room on the 3rd floor.
At once.
Renju? It's gonna be so? Or that's a weird position for him to be in, though, so... And so was in the bear costume? What the fuck? So she only killed him. Why is everyone killing each other?
What the hell is going on?
You got me.
Tate, what are you doing? 6 minutes are up!
Wait, Wait! Hitomi is...
Huh? 6 minutes are not up. I had like 70 seconds.
No!
No, I had like 90 seconds. 87? 87. I didn't get a collectible on that one. That's okay. Maybe one of these days I'll go back and get them all. Yeah, I had like 87 seconds. I was fine. 88 seconds. That was a long one. I-high? E-high? L-high?
I took a look around your head, and I discovered something. Something about the new Cyclops serial killing.
This is weird.
Apart from Ota, there are 4 victims. Shoko Nadami, Renju Okiura, Iris Sagan, and So Tsujima. Who was responsible for these murders? Shoko was stabbed by Renju with an ice pick. Renju was strangled to death by Iris. So cut open Iris's body, but who shot So? It was you. In other words, all of these murders were committed by different people. There wasn't just one killer. That's how it looks on the surface, anyway. But that's not the truth, is it? There's only one culprit. One person. And that person is...
You?
Yes. You. The person in front of me right now.
You're blaming the commander of Abyss for this?
No, not Boss. The person inside Boss's head.
Oh, shit.
Can you at least try to make sense?
Alright, I'll explain.
Oh,
you know
I
about
see.
the abandoned chemical plant in Kawasaki? There's a prototype sync machine there. You use that device to swap around bodies one by one.
In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory.
I should have seen that. Huh.
They traded. Switched.
That's actually... So, it's Shoko? Or is it Ren... No, it wouldn't be Renju. I think... Is it Shoko?
I don't know where it started. But at some point, you got into Shoko's brain.
Or is it someone else?
Then, you got into Renju's. And got rid of Shoko's body. After Renju was Iris. You strangled Renju using Iris. After that, into So. Who you used to kill Iris and Ota at the cold storage warehouse. Now, you're in Boss's body. Inside her head.
I see. If you know that much, then I have nothing left to hide. Yes, I am the culprit behind the new Cyclops serial killings. I guess you can call me the new Cyclops killer.
Huh, okay. Yeah, who exactly are you? You're not Shoko.
Saito Tsujima.
He-
Congressman Tsujima's son.
What?
I researched Saito thoroughly, but I cannot find any images of him on the internet. He is listed on the family register, but I cannot find any photographs.
Wait a minute. And who the fuck is... who was inside Iris during the interrogation on Sunday?
That was me.
You imitate her well. From the way you talked and your body language, it was like the real Iris. Earlier, too. Almost had me fooled.
This game has too many
Your
plot
imitation
twists.
of Boss was perfect.
Yes. There's a reason for that. Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality. It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's brain, let's call that parasitism. The one transferring is the parasite, the one being transferred into is the host. Are you with me so far? Moving on. Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely lost. About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the host. That's how I knew about the warehouse and Sunfish Pocket, by the way. Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memories.
I have to wonder, though, hold on a second. In order to use the sync machine, the original one, you have to gouge out someone's eye. Why didn't you? No, let me think. Let me think about this. So, you're telling me that somehow this order of events also does not make sense. God damn it. I already asked this, but I guess I'm asking again.
I'm telling you, it was me. Why are you making me repeat myself?
It's the Somnium I entered on Sunday.
That's right. It was me.
How does he know about the original Cyclops killer? And something else was troubling me.
What's going on here?
Okay, let me think about this. So, I don't think this is... Who is he? Please give me the details, thank you,
Before
friend.
I do, there's something I want to hear from you. How did you know about the prototype sync machine? And not only that, you also seem to know what the sync machine is truly capable of. Why is that?
Video games.
That's...
Reality hopping.
Regaining your memories, are you? Human memory is fractal. If you retain even a single piece of it, it's possible to recreate the whole thing. Pieces of memories are like roots that grow into every corner of the brain, gradually, slowly, taking its time. I imagine the same thing is happening in your brain right now.
A fractal is a figure with self-similarity. Allow me to explain.
I know what a fractal is, Iba.
See this?
Ooh, Triforce.
Whichever fragment you cut, you will see a similar shape. The whole is made up of its similar parts. This is called a fractal figure. Memories in the brain are similar. That is what he is explaining. He is claiming that from a few pieces, you can rebuild the memory.
I knew about the prototype from regaining my memory. Is that right? No, that's not it.
Parallel worlds exist.
Oh, are they really gonna do this?
Fine. I still have time.
Time?
You'll see. So, where do you want me to start?
It's just past midnight on Tuesday. Voice crack. Shoko was killed on Friday. If we think of that as day 1, today's day 5. What was Saito doing those days? I decided to ask him. Day 1, Friday.
Like you guessed, my personality was in Shoko, Renju's ex-wife.
And how did it get there?
That made calling Renju easy. I need to talk to you about something. He came over without question. I think it was around 4 p.m.
And
He had to meet me at the chemical plant.
And how did you get this consciousness into this one without ripping out his eye first?
I made Renju go to sleep. Synced. switched personalities,
Well, I guess the...
and then
Wait a
stabbed
minute.
Shoko's discarded body with an ice pick.
Okay, hold on a second. Why does the eye have to be ripped out of one person but not the other then? I don't know.
I took Shoko to Bloom Park by car.
Because I do know that...
reaching the old
Fuck.
abandoned subway line.
Shut up, try to talk. I do know that at the end of that one route with Iris's route, I guess, when her eye was gouged out, Date's wasn't. Well, no. That would... I played that off as Date being able to remove Aiba, didn't I? So... Oh, shit, I don't know.
Must have been around 8 p.m. by the time I was finished. I tied up Shoko to one of the merry-go-round horses. After that, I used Renju's phone to send a Nile message to Mizuki.
Daddy got caught up in something serious.
Then, I just waited for Mizuki to arrive.
Day 2?
Until next Saturday evening, my personality was inside Renju. My next target was Iris. I knew she would be suspicious if I asked her to come to Kawasaki, so I asked her to come to Sunfish Pocket first. I called her a little before 5 p.m., and she arrived just after 6. I greeted her, then convinced her to come with me. That's when Ota saw us. Anyway, I put her in the car, then headed to the chemical plant. On the way, I made her take a sleeping pill. I knew she might run once she saw where we were going. It was around 7 p.m. when I got there, and I wasted no time switching bodies. After getting Iris's body, I used a rolled-up apron to strangle Renju to death. Then I put his body in an empty oil drum I'd prepared earlier. I put that in the trunk of the car, then headed to Sunfish Pocket. But then...
Yeah, this is all making sense.
I didn't anticipate happened. Waiting for the signal in Akiba, someone knocked on the window of the car. It was Ota. He asked me something about being able to drive. He was surprised, to say the least. I didn't have time to waste on him. But I couldn't risk him finding the oil drum in the trunk. Plus, if word got around that Renji's car was spotted driving around Akiba, that would foil my plans. So, I came up with a lie. I told him that I didn't have a license, so he had to keep it a secret. That's what that thing referred to in Ota's Nile messages, by the way. And just like that, I managed to escape a bad situation and headed to Sunfish Pocket as planned. The rest went exactly as you already figured out.
Man, boss got killed and got replaced with an edgelord. Oof.
Sunday morning, I had a recording or some such thing scheduled. Oh, I am of course referring to Iris. I didn't want to draw suspicion, so I decided to attend as planned. I went to Lemniscate and performed my job. And when I left, I ran into you, Date.
So did this happen in... This doesn't...
To be honest, I was a little surprised. Just the previous night, I was a parasite in the body of Renju. I didn't think Ota had seen me. So, of course, I didn't expect to see you there so soon. You were on to me, but there was nothing I could do about that. If I ran, it would only increase your suspicion. So I decided to play my role. The interrogation began around 8:20 p.m., is that right? Then you synced into my mind. But you didn't get what you were looking for, did you? As a result, you had no choice but to release me. I didn't want to go home right away. I knew there might be police waiting for me. That would make it difficult to sneak out at night. And that would put my plan in jeopardy. So I asked you to take me to Marble. I tried to find an opportunity to run, but then another unexpected event occurred. I got a Nile message from Ota. I knew I could use him. So I told him I needed his help and to meet me at Marble. He did as I instructed him to do. After that, I got into the van with Ota. But because his presence was unnecessary, I asked him to stop at a convenience store to buy me something to drink. When he was gone, I took his car and drove to my parents' house where I used to live. Yes, the Sajima residence. Of course, I knew I couldn't just walk up and ring the doorbell. Hello, Father, it's been a long time. I was also in Iris's body at the time. But I thought I could use that to my advantage. So I pushed on the intercom and sure enough, my dad invited me inside. I told him this. I want you to come with me. There's something I need to show you. He was quiet for a while, but eventually agreed and got into the van with me. We arrived at the prototype sync machine around 11:50 p.m. By the time I was in the body of Sosajima, it was a new day.
Oh. Right, new day. Continue.
This was yesterday, early Monday morning, past midnight. In my new body, I drugged Iris, put her in the van, and drove to a new location. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I arrived around 1, then prepared for the show for a couple hours. Of course, when I say show, I mean dismembering Iris. Because of the temperature in the warehouse, it took longer than I expected to prepare, but... well, you saw it in the video. Of course, I didn't anticipate Ota would show up. What does that make it? 3 times that brat has showed up unexpectedly? That annoyed me to no end, and I took that out on him. Dressing him up in the polar bear was an impromptu plan on my part. I didn't mean to make you think he was the killer. I just wanted to throw a wrench into the investigation. Didn't matter if you found out or not. This all happened Monday morning. I left the warehouse around 3:30 a.m. There isn't much to talk about on Monday. Before noon, I used my old man's body to call this one Boss. You might not know this, but she and my father go back about 6 years. The two shared a terrible secret. Hinting at that was enough to get the boss to come running to me immediately. I injected her with a sedative, then brought her body to the chemical plant. I synced with her, exchanged our bodies. And after blowing my father's brains out, I cut his body into pieces. I stuffed the meat into a vase I'd brought earlier, then drove back to my house.
Is that it? The story's a lot more complicated than well, I shouldn't say that. I expected it to be, an ongoing thing, but Saito spoke with grace and no sign of remorse. I was trying to keep my anger from boiling over and kept asking him questions. It's not over yet, either. Not even close. Why did you take out your victim's eyes?
You know all about the prototype sync machine, don't you? That should explain it.
Well, explain why only one of them had to come out. I knew. The prototype sync machine differed from the one at the Abyss in a few different ways. The machine at Abyss is more sophisticated. Nanocables from the sync gear enter through the gap between the eyeball and the socket. Then they travel down the optic nerve and can out to the brain. But the prototype sync machine isn't so advanced. To perform a sync, You need to remove the left eye. Manually. The subject and the sinker have to remove their eye from the socket. So why do you have your eye? Otherwise, the cables cannot enter the brain. Of course, even with the eye removed, severing the connection to the brain isn't necessary. The extracted eyeball still has the optic nerve and blood vessels connected. After a sync, the eye is supposed to be replaced back into the socket. Oh. It's supposed to be safe. Side effects are rare. Unless the nerve or blood vessels are damaged somehow, replacing the eyeball isn't too difficult. And that's why they were talking about how eyes can be pushed back into their skull? Oh.
Of course, I don't really care about eyes. I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sink. And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway.
Where are the eyeballs you removed?
Shoko's is in Renju. Renju's is in Iris.
Oh my god, they ate them.
Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss.
Yeah, they ate them. That's disturbing.
Stomachs, I mean.
You sick bastard.
Yes, I ate them. Immediately after exchanging personalities.
How horrible.
God, what would the consistency of an eyeball be like? I feel like it would burst in your mouth like a gusher, because they're filled with... What's your motive?
Homicide is my hobby. I have a tenacity for it, what can I say? Of course, it was also necessary to make sure people kept their mouths
That's
shut.
hell of a quote.
If I took over someone's body, they would know about my crimes. I couldn't risk them reporting me, so I killed them. It was also a matter of revenge. Against you. It's personal. That's why I chose people close to you as targets. Well, except for my father, of course. That was personal to me. But don't ask. It's embarrassing.
Right. Revenge against me?
This series of murders was like a journey for me. You know, traveling through bodies to finally reach the end. That's the thing about traveling. You always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is? Your home. A trip is only complete once you return home.
Fucker wants his old body back.
The same goes for me. When I return home, my travels will come to an end. So I'll be needing it back.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this.
Body.
Pewter, please don't.
You stole my body. You took it from me 6 years ago. That's why I want revenge.
But who is Indate? Or who is Date?
You have no idea what it was like inside my own head. I miss it. I miss my brain, Date. No matter how many people I killed, it never worked. I never felt happy. I feel miserable.
You mean?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
But why is Date fine?
That's right. My old body. How are you finding it, Date?
I don't understand. Okay, so... First of all, who is Date? Why did that original sync occur? How did you get into Shoko? I don't know. This body is yours?
That's what I've been telling you!
But I don't have the same oxytocin deficiency you did.
That is because I regularly supplement it.
Oh, you weren't kidding about the medication thing.
They must have increased your dosage too much.
No, but
Oh.
the person who had this disorder was number 89, the original Cyclops killer.
That is what I believed as well. But we must have misunderstood. Pewter did not specify who exactly was imprisoned. Only that one of the original culprits responsible was currently in prison.
That's strange. That would mean number 89 is the previous chairman, Rohan.
That must be it. Rohan is a parasite inside number 89's brain. Pewter must have known that.
No way.
Okay, Iba. Hey, you could have told me, hey, by the way, you also have this deficiency that I have to supply you oxytocin for. You would have helped a little bit, you know that? Just saying. I didn't understand any of it.
Let us determine the specifics using Saito as our starting point. Whose brain was he in before Boss?
So Sejima.
And before So?
Iris. And before that, Renju. And before that, Shoko.
How does your brain not your consciousness, how does it not degrade?
Shoko?
That's what I want to know.
I was a parasite inside Rohan's brain 6 years ago until last year. I'd lost most of my memories. I was a shell of a man. They housed me in a special hospital, but I still had those fragments of my mind left, just as I explained earlier. From a single piece, you can recreate the whole. I took my time, slowly regaining my memories. 1 year ago, I remembered everything. I left the hospital and immediately sought out Shoko Nadami. I got her body, and she was Rohan's. When she saw herself in the mirror, she lost her mind.
Yeah, I feel like most people would.
She was confused, panicking, running up the emergency staircase, and then...
This is just like a hyper-futuristic skeleton key.
That's why Rohan committed suicide.
After that, I spent a year perfecting my plan, using Shoko's body. I spied on you all this time. That's why I know everything about you.
What the fuck is the other route gonna look like after this? Who were you before Rohan? Was that number 89?
In that body you are operating right now, in that skull.
Wait a minute.
My personality lived there.
Wait, hold on.
He's...
If what you're saying is true, what about my personality?
Do not...
It was in Rohan.
Oh my god.
I'm not Rohan!
Correct. It is just as he explained earlier. Number 89 was in Rohan's body.
So you're number
In
89?
other words,
Why was number 89 in
That's... my real...
Oh, okay. So I guess that's him. But why did they swap in the first place? It does explain a lot, especially the dream at the beginning of the game, like the very beginning. I did not mean to click on that.
Sorry, but time's up. I want my body back. It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 minutes.
And if I refuse?
I know that you won't. I know it.
Huh?
Date, look!
Hmm?
This is streaming live!
Let me guess, he told me, yeah. Fuck. I thought it was gonna be Pewter, but I guess not.
Damn you!
Like Pewter was gonna betray
If you
us
give
too.
me back my body, I will give you the location. Oh, and of course, it isn't the chemical plant in the Kawasaki district.
Iva, where's the source?
It is being routed through numerous IPs.
I'm behind 7 proxies.
Pewter, contact headquarters, now!
Got it!
Now, what will you do? Will you agree to my request?
I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that this is consequential. And, I don't like this asshole very much. Go fuck yourself.
Doctor, I'm hurt. Don't you care about what happens to her?
If you kill her, you have absolutely no leverage. Just saying.
Do you understand the gravity of this situation? A bomb is strapped to her body.
And it's also your only way of negotiating with me. You won't get rid of it.
You're too stubborn. Or maybe you're just cold-hearted. You want to see what will happen?
Go for it.
Flesh burns and tears and scatters.
Nah.
If you aren't quick, you'll see the whole thing. You know I'm not bluffing, don't you?
Oh, I don't care about like you not having remorse for it. No, you care about yourself only. But without her, you have no bargaining chip, so why don't you fucking do it, asshole? I didn't agree, no matter how many times he demanded it of me. I refused again and again. Well, shit. My bluff call didn't work. And when I saw it, I understood. Boss's body rolled into the corner of the room. I didn't want to think anymore. Anything, nothing. I closed my eyes and ran my palm across my face. I could taste blood. Well, that was a bad end. Yeah, I wanted to call his bluff and be like, he's a fucking, like, egotistical, like, narcissistic asshole sociopath cunt. So, you know, I figured I'd call his bluff, and he wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm just gonna load the save. It's fine. Unless I don't want to do that and I want to keep that bad ending. Which one? Is it this one? No, shut up. Well, it's descending, isn't it? Like if I go into here, then I go into reopen. Yeah, it's descending. Okay. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but just making sure. It's a little unresponsive at times. Oh, do we have to go through this whole thing again? Just give it a second. Actually, I am curious about these two. Why did the stink victims resist after waking? Didn't they? I mean.
Ah, the prototype sync machine has a special feature. It administers a strong dose of sedatives to the original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sync. That kept them docile.
That's convenient as hell.
To harass you. I wanted to bring out the hatred in you. That's why I called Mizuki to Bloom Park. That's why I streamed Iris's murder. Because they were important to you, weren't they? I wanted you to feel cornered, trapped. I wanted to punish you, Kaname Date.
Alright, I've already been through this little round of explanations here. That did give me the opportunity to go back and see the other things. I guess I'll agree to this fuck's demands. So what? I mean, Aiba, once this asshole gets back into his original body, what does he expect to happen? Like, he's gonna have the same brain issue. It's not like Aiba's gonna stick around. This is a bit of a long sequence, isn't it? I'm mostly redoing it just so I can make sure I have all these routes in the save file, I guess. Although I'm not so sure if it's actually necessary, but whatever. Okay, save again. In the primary slot. Alright, let's go.
Date!
See? I knew you wouldn't refuse. I know you well, don't I, Date?
So how the hell is this going to end up? And I have no explanation of what was happening in the other route with 89 and Renju and all those guys over there.
I did it. I did it. I'm back. I got it all back.
Please kill him.
Where's Hitomi?
All right. I'll tell you as promised. Boss's house. However, it might be too late by now.
What?
Just kill him. See? Look, it's shit either way.
Why?
Return my body and I'll tell you the location. That's what I said. I didn't lie. I kept my promise.
You bastard!
You're the one who injured that body. It's your own fault, really.
Damn it.
Be seeing you.
I was really hoping Aiba would do something like that. Thank you. Good girl. This is...
Are you all right?
This is so weird. This is so strange. Aiba's voice barely resonated. My eyesight was hazy, a heap of broken images. Sweat was building on my palms. I felt like my throat was closing up and I was struggling for breath. You did just, like, move your consciousness from one brain to another, so in my ears, the rushing of blood of my heartbeat was the only sound.
Everyone's dead.
Shoko, Renju, Iris, Oda, Hitomi, Boss. The flesh remains. The mind is lost.
I couldn't do anything.
At least I still have Aiba.
Saito had me right where he wanted me. Nothing. Nothing.
Parallel worlds exist.
The words suddenly echoed in my head. I couldn't remember who or where or why, but I thought that if there really was such a world, then me in that world, I is another.
Could I have had a better future?
I prayed that I could. I felt my consciousness sink into a black abyss. I don't like this ending. Okay, well, let's think for a second. This stream was more coherent than the last one, but it also makes the one from before seem... It makes a lot more sense, kind of? What I don't understand is what the fuck is going on in the other route with Renju and 89 and all that. This is a weird game. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the credits. Annihilation route. Yeah, I think I'd like to save. I'm starting to think that this next route might be the final one. It's just a hunch, you know? So, in this... Okay, is that Rohan, then? So confusing. Okay, so... Well, it's looking pretty filled out so far. I'm assuming this route is going to, like, branch up to this way. There's a bit of empty space down here, though, which concerns me, but whatever. I'm gonna stop for tonight. It's late. I started late because taxes are fun. Especially on a Sunday. Very fun. Fun day. Sunday fun day. Wow, Huh. Well, that was certainly something. Pretty much, I was kind of right on money with the whole consciousness, like, transfer thing. Was completely off with the actual story, though. My thinking of the motive was that, you know, maybe they can keep Iris alive with the tumor bullshit, but no, that's just nanomachines. And then, let me see if I can put this together in my head. So, why originally did 89 sync with 89? Saito and 89 synced for some reason, and I don't know why. Was it to escape? I don't know. I'm too tired for this shit. Thanks for watching. I'll probably be back later on, tomorrow, if I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to finish this and see what happens, so I might just stream this tomorrow. But I'll see you then, I guess. Fuck me.